Bear Grylls Adventures, the Volcano Challenge. 10 anti-gravity bonfires. Charlie kept blinking until his eyes had been washed clean and he could open them again, and he could breathe freely, although his mouth tasted of ash. But it wasn't Bear pounding his back, it was a leader from camp. And he wasn't in the lava tube anymore. He was back in the clearing at camp, next to the smoking campfire. There was no sign of Bear, no sign of any flying rock, or ash, or lava, or the volcano. If you're playing capture the flag, you better get going, the leader said. You can see someone coming. Good luck. And stay away from the bonfires. Harry and Mia had appeared at the edge of the trees. Neither of them were wearing armbands. They had both been caught and converted into guardians. Get him, Harry shouted. A huge grin spread wide across his face. Charlie was already running. Sure, the volcano thing was confusing, but he was still in the game, and he wanted to stay that way. One thing Charlie did know was how to play. Trees flew past. Charlie could hear Harry and Mia running and laughing behind him. Charlie was grinning too. It was so cool. He could smell the dry leaves that his running feet kicked up, the patterns made by beams of sunlight shining through the leaf flashed past his eyes. Everything felt super real. Everything felt alive. It was all so different to the massive volcano and the lava plains, and somehow it was the same too. It was all the part of nature. It was all there for him to enjoy. Everywhere you looked, and there was something different and new. Charlie felt full of life. There were no special gain power here, just his own body doing what it could, push to the max until, gotcha, Harry shouted happily, catching him and ripping his armband off. Ow, Charlie grumbled, but he could feel the big smile on his face. Mia caught him up. He was holding something. Charlie, this fell out of your pocket, she said, and passed Charlie his tablet. It looks okay, though. Charlie's eyes opened wide. Oh man, I'll be in such trouble if I lost that. Thanks. He tucked it gratefully into his pocket. That was weird. He hadn't noticed it was with him, let alone that fallen off. They took a moment to get their breath. So there's 3 of us, Mia said, and only 2 of them, Harry shouted, spotting some letter runners with armbands nearly hit them. Laughing, they chased through the woods. Charlie and Harry and Mia were still laughing as they piled a mountain of sandwich into their plate, and lunchtime sat down on the table with Joe and Ollie. So Joe, what's your secret? Harry said. What's your special ninja capture the flag for not getting caught. Joe had been crowned champion of the game, but he looked a bit embarrassed. I kind of call it getting lost. They all stared at him and shrugged. I guess you don't have a sense of direction, you know. I thought I was heading for the base. It turned out I was going completely the wrong way, so no one saw me. Sounds like you need a better compass, mate, Harry said cheerfully. Ollie had finished and stood up to go. Want to play Magma Quest later? Charlie, he asked. Show me how to finish the lava level. Charlie smiled. Sure, anytime. He felt his tablet knock against something in his pocket. What's that? He pulled it out and stared at it as the other boys started to leave. A small gray pebble covered with little pools. It was a pumice, exactly like one of the pebbles Charlie had used to negative with Bear. Could it really be the way it felt in his hand was so familiar? Okay, Charlie decided. Let's test it. I'll catch you up, guys, he said. Bear had said. Pumice floated in the water, and this was a half-empty water jug on the drinks table. Feeling a bit stupid, he held the pebble over the water and he let go. Flop. The pebble sank down to the bottom of the jug and then blogged up again. It floated just under the surface of the water. It was pumice. It really did float. It had its own anti-gravity in water. Well, he really had been on the volcano. Oh, that's disgusting, Charlie. Someone snapped. I was just about to pour a drink. Evie took so long to pick her food that everyone else was finished before she had even started. So what are you doing after lunch? She asked. Haven't decided, she told him. I might do the construction challenge. There wasn't much on her plate, and Evie peeked at it slowly, like she really didn't like it. Charlie had remembered how much he had enjoyed wolfing down a mountain of food. He smiled to himself as he remembered a dead sheep boiled in the volcanic hot pool. She'll never believe it, he told her, and she'll certainly never eat anything that looks so disgusting. Then the idea struck Charlie. It was so simple and so brilliant. Charlie could introduce Evie to Bear, but how? He thought back to the clearing. Somehow, Charlie had gone from there to the volcano. The bonfire had blown smoke, and when it cleared, there he was. Had it worked if he took Evie to the clearing? But then, how would he make the smoke happen again? What were the rules to get Bear? He knew there was something he was missing. He remembered the compass. It had gone all weird and spun around between the 5 directions. But it had worked fine on the lava plane. Did the 5th direction lead to Bear? Charlie got the compass out and looked at it. The needle was still, but perhaps it was worth a try. He passed it to Evie. You know, whatever you can do this afternoon, this might be useful, he said. Evie picked it up carefully. Thanks. Do you want to swap something for it? Charlie smiled and shook his head. It's okay, he said. Just consider it a gift. He said, the end. It's okay, he said. Just consider it a gift. The end. Thanks for watching. Bye.